What's up, everybody? It's KR Watkins, and this is my review of R&B singer Tank. His last album was just released on August 19th, so I wanted to do my official review because I had recently posted kind of like a snippet of the album that was released. So here is my official review. So the title of the album is called R&B Money. Again, the release date is August 19th of 2022 this year. He just recently released it. I'm going to do my review in pretty much in sections. So first off, I have to talk about the cover art. Just kind of give my thoughts on what I think about the cover art. First thing that comes to my mind is like the color gold. There's some gold aspects surrounding him, like the aura that he's giving off is gold. Not only that, but what he's wearing, it's a light color gold suit. He's not wearing a tie, and he's sitting in front of what appears to be a gold bank vault. So like he's sitting in something that looks like a throne, like a chair. And behind him is like a big gold bank vault. His watch and his wedding band is blinged out, so it's like it has some like what do you call that? Some effects, special effects to it, especially if you look at it digitally online as opposed to just holding the album like the CD in your hand. But digitally, it's very appealing, so it's just all blinged out. He also has a pile of money sitting in front of him. This album cover makes me think of a couple of things. First of all, what was his idea for the cover, or was it somebody else's idea? Because also, what does the title have to do with pretty much the context of the songs of the album? If it was his idea, what was his inspiration behind the idea? Also, what does the money and the bling have to do with the music, the lyrical content of his album? Because to me, the album speaks volumes about love and sensuality. So he's also dressed like a classic gentleman in what I call a metallic gold suit. It also reminds me of another one of my favorite artists who has retired from making studio albums. His name is Joe. Y'all know Joe Thomas from I Wanna Know. I'm not going to even go there into singing a lot of his songs, but he's another one of my favorite artists. So here's how his album cover kind of reminds me of Joe. Joe's final studio album was released in November of 2016, and I've noticed 3 similarities between both artists, Joe and Tank. And with both of their final albums, here's those similarities. Now, on both album covers, the artists were wearing metallic colors. One is green, which was Joe, and the other is gold. In this case, it's Tank. Now, because colors have power and meaning, they can create a specific mood in a person or like the atmosphere that they're in. And I wanted to mention these 2 examples of what I mean by that. So for the color green, it's symbolic of health, hope, nature, generosity, and growth. It creates feelings of compassion and decreases depression and anxiety. Other than meaning, of course, we know when we think of green, we think about money, we think about like traffic lights go. It's also known as the color for healthy relationships. So thinking of Joe's entire work of art in music form, I can see why he went with this color. I can see that. Now, in terms of the color gold that Tank wore on his album cover, that gold is symbolic of wealth, royalty, confidence, victory. It also represents love and concentration. Well, let's think about Tank's album cover in correlation to those words or adjectives that I just threw out there. he's definitely tapping into all of that with his album cover, because even with his collection of work over the years, I'm just thinking that maybe with this being his final album, he's trying to make a statement with that album cover and saying, you know what, regardless of what I may be going through right now, the reason for him doing this final album, he's still feeling victorious, especially over throughout his entire career. So now, guys, if you guys want more information on colors and symbolism, go and visit the website psychologenie.com. That's what it is. I'll leave the link in the description or below this posting, so that way you guys can go and check it out for yourself. Here's another similarity that I found between Joe and Tank's final albums. Both artists are amazing writers. They've both written songs for other artists, which is why I don't think they'll be completely done with music. Both artists also had quite a few featured artists on their final albums. So with this being Tank's final studio album, and you know what, I just don't believe it is, or that he's completely done with music. I can see him maybe mentoring other coming up and coming R&B artists. But for him to say that he's just done, I don't see that. What y'all think? Do you see Tank completely done with music? All right, but anyway, let me continue on with my review. That's just my rant or my description of the cover art, my thoughts on that. Now, in terms of producers for this album in particular, I'm not sure if Tank did the production work on this album or if somebody else did. I haven't done my research on that part yet. But whomever it is, they did a really good job with the tracks on this album, because all of them gelled so well together. I mean, it was so cohesively done. It's just like a classic R&B album, starting you out slow and working up to that climax. Let's see. And then in terms of, I mentioned featured artists, how there's a lot of, quite a bit of featured artists on this album. And here's a few of them, or actually all of them. Alex Isley, she has a song, she's on the song titled No Limit on this album. And I did a little research. Alex is actually the daughter of Ernie Isley from the Isley Brothers. Just a little known fact there. There's also a song titled Slow, and there's a featured artist named Jay Valentine. Now, this is the radio single that everybody is probably listening to or hearing every now and then right now. The next featured artist is Vito. The song that he's featured on is titled Morning. I first learned about Vito, I want to say a couple of years ago, back in 2018, when he did like a remake of Ella Mai's Boo'd Up. And he just blew me away with his vocals and his lyrics. So go and look for him on YouTube, and I promise you will not be disappointed. He's a good artist. I also think he's kind of like, just go check him out. I don't want to sway you guys or just go check him out. Then he also has a song on here featuring Chris Brown. That title is called See Through Love. Another featured artist is Feather, and that song is called Make Sure. And another is Rotimi and T-Verse. The title of that song is Let's Take a Ride. And then the last one is by an artist called Black Tuxedo, and that song is titled Awesome. Now, just so you know how many songs are on this album, there's a total of 17, which doesn't surprise me considering it being his quote-unquote final studio album. I figured anytime somebody does like a final album, they want to really try to push out as much as they can, especially when they're very creative. So it doesn't surprise me that he has that many songs on this album. So now let's talk about my favorite songs on this album. I have to say, without a doubt, my number one favorite is No Limit. This song is kind of like a play. It's a good play on words. So towards the end of Tank's first verse, he says, "You've been wishing on a star for some shit like this." Tank has a song titled "You're My Star" on one of his previous albums titled Stronger. And it's an upbeat, encouraging song talking about how he feels about a woman. Then in this song, he talks about how there's no limit to how or how much he loves a woman. The hook starts with, Tank saying, "Girl, there's no limit. I'm a master with the P, want some in it, yeah." Now, when I first heard this song, y'all, I was like, wait a minute. The title of the song is No Limit. And then this hook is talking about master with the P. First thing gonna come to my mind is New Orleans rap artist Master P. So Master P, of course, started No Limit Records, and he did a song called No Limit Soldiers back in the day. So this is a metaphor or a play on words here with, the hook and the title of the song. So let me just go a little further with that. Then his hook continues with disaster with the D, can't do nothing with it. I ain't trying to hurt you, just work you to the bone. Again, I can go again and again. Yeah. Again, this is another good play on words because disaster, the D. So the next verse is started by the featured artist Alex Isley. And part of that verse, she says, "Ain't no singles anywhere, but I still make it rain." Yes. All right, ladies, you know what I'm talking about right here. This is what I call a double play on words or metaphor, because here's why. So the first reason why. Single bills are known to be used to make it rain for strippers. And we know Tank has a thing for strippers. Second, since Alex is singing about making it rain, even though there are no single bills around, she's talking about making it rain in another, more sexual way. Then when Alex gets to her hook of the song, she flips it to say, "I'm a master with the P, you won't last in it, yeah. Disaster with the D." Y'all just gotta check out this song. It's really good. I don't think I need to explain what the P and the D represents in this verse or the entire song. That should be self-explanatory, by now. Overall, I don't just love this song because it's flirtatiously expressing how there's no limit to how you can love your mate, but I love the track, y'all. The track is just mellow and sensual. It really pulls you in, put you in that zone. But oh wait, look, I almost forgot. Tank is talking more trash towards the end of the song about how there's no limit to how he can love a woman. He says, "I smack that ass while I kill it." He giggles while I kill it. While I kill it. And he just continues to giggle and play with those words. While I kill it. While I kill it. I'm going to bring it back to 1996. This is another metaphor or play on words, especially in reference to No Limit. Now, my old school people who really know music, y'all know where I'm going with this. Another one of Master P's old songs was called Killer P, Killer Pussy. It came out in 96, the year after I graduated high school. That song was talking about how a certain woman's papappy, I'll leave it at that, got a lot of dudes messed up or killed. So here in Tank's song, he's talking about messing the woman up, but in a good way. So for Tank to be talking about smack that ass while I kill it, and he repetitively says while I kill it, you can't tell me that ain't no reference to that song Killer Pussy. Come on now. Anyway, so then my next favorite song on this album is titled Slow. This is, like I said, the radio single, which says, the radio version says, I'll love you slow. But the explicit version says, I'll fuck you slow. Among other things that he'll do to his woman's body to make her feel good. I love this song mainly because of the track. It's a classic piano medley, and those keys, they start, to get stuck in your head after listening to it for a while, which also helps you to relax, lay back, and just give and receive the love that you deserve. Now, the next song that's my favorite on this album is titled Morning. This song right here, oh my goodness. It's so full of truth for a lot of couples. Not wanting to go anywhere in the morning, probably gonna want some more in the morning. Morning sex, the best sex. I think I like this track the most because it really just relaxes you and puts you in a zone. Ladies, here is a secret. This track right here can be used to give a good lap dance. Spice it up, try something new. And then my next favorite song on this album is called Too Late. This is another great truthful song. It talks about once it's too late, it's just really too late, especially like in relationships. When a guy messes up so bad that the woman cuts the water off, repossesses all her love, and drive off, sadly, that's when it gets real for some people. So I'm trying to think of, no, I'm not going to go down. So although the track is banging and the lyrics are full of truth, let it be a cautionary tale to anyone out there who may be on the verge of losing your significant other. If you want it to work bad enough, then you should be willing to fight just as hard for it. So that song, Too Late, it should be a wake-up call to some people who's having trouble in their relationship. Then there's the song titled Let's Take a Ride. This is a good song for you and your significant other, your boo thing, your homie, lover, friend. Other than just to take a ride, just do that. Take a ride. Hop in the car, go for a drive. Wow, this song has like an Afro-Caribbean beat, and it keeps you jamming down the road. So it's kind of like a road trip song as well. It keeps you crunk, keeps you awake. And the last song that's my favorite on this album is titled Awesome. This right here, even the fellas, y'all gonna love this. This song right here is definitely all about swag. So I could just imagine. I don't think he even put a video out for this song just yet. But this is just how my mind works when I listen to music. I visualize what's really going on. So in this case, for this song, I could just see like a bunch of dudes, hanging out at the bar or just coming out of the bar or something. And then the ladies, they in a group of friends together. And they kind of like squaring off or whatever. You think you awesome? No, I'm awesome. It's that confidence builder song. So this song is all about confidence. I dare you to put on one of your best outfits and roll out the house and bump this song in your car while you on your way to a party, to work, or wherever, and see how it make you feel. Fucking awesome. Just like the song title, it's gonna make you feel awesome. So those were my favorite songs from this album. But the overall theme or the vibe of this album, this is just from my perspective. It's very sensual, sexual, love, and affection. That's what it's all about. It will inspire you and your mate to turn off the lights, light some scented candles, chill the wine, get all touchy-feely as you tap into all of your senses. Now, who should listen to this album? I recommend couples. No kids. Straight up. No kids. Kids don't need to be listening to this album at all. So don't even think about playing this album in the car while you got your kids in the back seat. Come on now. There's a lot of detailed, steamy, explicit lyrics on this album. So I would not advise for it to be played with the kids in the same room or the car. Whether you and your mate are just trying to have a night of romance with wine and roses, etc., get a quickie, have a long-lasting love-making session, role-playing, or just straight fucking, then this album is definitely for you. So overall, I give this album, as y'all should know by now, some of my reviews are based on something that I absolutely love. Like, one of my favorite desserts is cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. If you don't know, then now you know. So usually when people do reviews, they rate it based on 0 to 5 stars. So I'll say 0 to 5 cookies, where 0 is horrible and 5 is just delicious. So this album right here, I give it 5 cookies for sure. Because with chocolate chip cookies being one of my favorite desserts, this album is just that delicious to me. So go and check out Tank's new album. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll chat with y'all next time. Peace out.